Hi, Chad here with Purple Collar Life. Standing right here beside our 32 horsepower red sleigh, and wanted to wish all of you a happy and Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and a great upcoming new year in 2021. We really appreciate all the support you've given to the channel over the year of 2020. We've had a lot of fun making these videos about taking care of our homestead here in Western Pennsylvania, and we really, again, appreciate the support. So in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about, this is our 2011 Polaris Ranger 500 Crew, and wanted to talk to you specifically about four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, and one-wheel drive in this Ranger, why we use the different modes, and when we use each mode. So here's the gauge area on the Polaris Ranger that we have. You can see there are 3 modes here on the switch. This bottom one is one-wheel drive. It chooses the path of least resistance in the drive on the back, and that works really good in the lawn during the summertime. If you don't want to rut up the lawn or dig up the lawn when you're going around to turn, you know, if you were in this middle mode with the locked rear differential, anytime you went, for example, around a right-hand turn, this outside wheel would travel greater distance, inside wheel would travel shorter distance, but since they're locked together, they'd be spinning at the same rate, so you'd get some scuffing of the grass here on the inside wheel and possibly even on the outside wheel. So this one-wheel drive mode is perfect for that type of situation. Two-wheel drive is perfect for you're in the woods, you're traveling on a trail, there could be some spots that are a little muddy or slick. Perfect for two-wheel drive. Most of the time, that's what I run this Ranger on in the woods. Last is the four-wheel drive mode, and that is, just like it says, it's kind of like an all-wheel drive, and all 4 wheels are active in a four-wheel drive mode for when you need the most traction from the front and rear wheels. That system works really good, gets us where we need to go pretty much all of the time. So, in order of how much I use them, I use obviously the four-wheel drive the least, except for times like this in the wintertime when there's lots of snow. I use the four-wheel drive quite a bit. Most of the time when we're in the woods, and even in the snowy weather like this, if I don't need four-wheel drive, I leave it in the two-wheel drive locked. And in the summertime, it's pretty much the only time I use this one-wheel drive, and just in the yard. So let's go on a ride, and we'll give you another explanation about those modes. I wish the Ranger had a heater in it, a real roof, a real windshield. In the snow like this, I leave it in the center position, which is two-wheel drive, both rear wheels locked. This position in the Ranger is single rear wheel, and it alternates so it doesn't dig up your yard, and that is four-wheel drive. Now I will use four-wheel drive when I go up a hill, which we have coming up here, so I'll leave it in four-wheel drive, but typically, unless I start to really spin, I use that middle section. Right now we're at the base of the sled riding hill, and I want to do a little experiment here. There's a pretty good grade in front of us. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I'm going to put this back into two-wheel, and we'll see if we can make it up here with just two-wheel drive. Now if we walk here where we just rode, you can see those back tires were locked, both sides were spinning, and it was digging, churning to come up here. We never lost momentum, but I'm actually in part of the woods that comes up through the hill. But if I were on the regular part of the sled riding hill, that probably tore up part of the grass. So that's why when going up a hill, like the sled riding hill, I'd leave it in four-wheel drive to dig as little as possible to not damage the grass and the hillside. Here in the woods it's not a huge deal, but still wouldn't want to dig this up like this on a regular basis. So now we've still got quite a bit of the hill to climb. We'll put it in four-wheel drive and see how much better that goes. Put it in four-wheel drive, put it in gear. An indicator does come on the screen showing you are in four-wheel drive, as well as the light being illuminated. You can see here the tread from all four tires, showing that we weren't digging up the hill in four-wheel drive, it was able to climb up through. Now there were some pretty steep spots, I'll take you down here, where all four wheels were turning. Actually right here, the back end even fishtailed a little bit coming uphill just because the crew size Ranger is long enough that the back end wanted to slide out downhill here. This is a little bit of a down slope. But you can see the front tires stayed true to the line right here and never lost grip. So in our area where there's snow, I know that some companies do make a two-wheel drive side-by-side UTV. For us, that would not be a good option. There have been plenty of times where I've needed to be on four-wheel drive. We'd also like to think about getting some heat in there, maybe even some sides. So if you know of a company that makes that full enclosure. So the windshield does really help. These are the stock brand and tread of tires. Those front tires are the originals. Rear tires are replacements. These are the Carlisle 489 tires, and they do a nice job. Here's an example of another area where I still have to have four-wheel drive. You can see the water flows right through here. This is pretty deep. You can see down. We're well up on the tire there. But four-wheel drive and the weight of this Polaris Ranger, no problem pulling right out of it. See, here's another spot. Now this Polaris Ranger is EFI fuel injected, so it starts really easily even here in the cold winters in Pennsylvania. But I do like in the wintertime to let it warm up a little bit before I just go out and drive it around. Helps warm up all the fluids, and I just think it's a good practice in a cold weather climate to let a machine warm up before you go out and use it for work. So while it's warming up, let's talk a little bit about these tires. These are the Carlisle 489 tires that are the OEM stock tires that come on this machine when it's brand new. The front tires on this machine are actually the original stock tires. These ones are replacements of that original brand and model tire that I purchased after we got the Ranger. And these are a really good tire. You can see these ones have still a lot of the little nubs on them, and they're a good tire for most situations. We've done fine in the woods with them. We do okay here in the snow. But my advice would be, if you're done with the stock tires and looking to upgrade, I probably would not again buy these Carlisle 489 original OEM tires. I would get something a little bit more aggressive. Our environment that we're in a lot is a lot of dirt, some mud throughout the year. You've seen we've got lots of creeks to cross, and we get snow in the wintertime. While these are okay, I think there's a lot of better, deeper lug tires out there that would be better suited for our location and our situation. We did get some more snow here. That's pretty typical in Northwest Pennsylvania. We can get snow pretty much every day and night in the wintertime. So we got a little bit more snow. We've got some snow here in the driveway. You saw the Polaris Ranger in 1, 2, and 4-wheel drive going up the big sled riding hill. But what you couldn't see from that camera shot is how the back wheels and tires react to the different modes. So I'm going to use this fresh snow we got last night, a little bit of a slope behind me, to give you a view from behind the Ranger of the different modes and how the tires and wheels and the transmission reacts to the difference between 1-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive with a locked rears, and 4-wheel drive. So I'll start out here in the 1-wheel drive mode. There would just be the rear tire, whichever one has the easiest spin. This is some really good packing snow, so the tread actually sticks in it really good, which gives you better traction. But you'll still see there's some slipping. And when we go up to a little bit of a grade, we'll definitely be spinning one of the rear tires. Then we'll do the experiment again in the locked rear differential mode. I'm going to back up and straighten up a little bit, but you'll be able to see the wheels spinning. And now we'll just go a little ways here. And you can see once you get moving, it does okay, but getting going, you do some spinning. So let's back up. I'll put it in park, put it in the rear locked differential mode, put it back in gear and give that a try. So you can see that does quite a bit better. There's still some spinning. So I turned a little bit to the side here so that you'll be able to better see the front wheels. I'll try to go at this angle so you can see the front wheels and the rear wheels spinning as necessary. I'm going to put it in 4-wheel drive here and you'll see how that works. Okay, we're in 4-wheel drive. You can see we've got great traction right off the bat, but you'll see the front wheel does spin some if I really gas it. So there you go. There's the difference between 1-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, rears locked, and 4-wheel drive in this Polaris Ranger. Hopefully that's helpful to some of you who weren't sure about the different modes or when you'd use different applications for each mode. Once again, hope you have a fantastic Christmas, a nice time with your family, and really enjoy the holidays here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again the next time. One last thing, if you haven't already, check out that video on practical gifts for him and her. That's the video where if you comment below it, we will be doing a comment random picker and choose the winner of that Blackstone Griddle. So make sure you give that video a look. Make sure you're subscribed to Purple Collar Life and comment down below. Once again, thank you so much. Have a great day. We'll see you the next time.